Hello everyone and welcome back to the Teacher Studio. I'm Karina and in today's video we're going to be talking about some scary good tips to get you your next teaching job. So as Halloween approaches and the online teaching job market stiffens, things can get a little tricky out there. Things can get a little difficult, but fear not. I have the perfect tricks to help you treat yourself to your next teaching role. So grab your pen, your paper, and let's get to class. Tip number 1. It's going to be related to your CV. So I think this goes for just about any job out there. Your CV needs to make sense. It needs to be adapted to the role that you're looking for. So ensure to include all of your ESL certifications, include things like your virtual classroom experience, online teaching experience, include the different platforms that you've used as well. If you've used Notion, if you've used Moodle, any of these platforms are great to include because it shows you have a wide range of experience and you can probably adapt quickly to a new platform if it comes along. You also want to include bits of your personality and actual facts of your experience in teaching. So if you have experience teaching groups or specifically groups 3 to 5 persons, include that. If you have experience teaching larger groups, definitely put that in. If you only specialize in teaching individuals, so one-to-one lessons, you got it, put that in. If you have any specializations or certifications that can aid you in your teaching or aid you in the classroom, also include that in. So for example, if you have any certificates in teaching children with disabilities or even adults with disabilities, that is a chef's kiss on your CV. So really don't forget to include everything that makes you special and you unique to your next company. Of course, in your CV, you want to include action-oriented language. So, for example, you performed lesson reviews, or you've evaluated students at the end of the term, or you've created lesson plans for A1 to A2 level learners. These are standard structures for any CV, but I know sometimes you might forget, so I'm just including it here as well. I'm going to show you what my actual CV looks like, and you can use this to model your own. So let's go to my CV now. Alright, so let's take a look at my CV so you guys can get a better idea of what you can include in yours or just to have a look at someone else's life. So my name, title, and a summary of what I do or all of my experience. If we start on the left side, we have the languages that I am capable of speaking or giving instruction in the classroom. So English, German, and French, and these are pretty accurate in terms of my level, I would say. Yes. Moving down to the core skills. So these are the skills that I think I have accumulated over the years, or where I find my strengths are definitely the certification. So that's my core skills. My certifications are not the only certifications I've ever achieved in my life, but these are the ones that are strictly related to English teaching. So anything that you've done that you think can have some value or some weight, definitely included here. In my education, I've included all of my sort of higher education studies, so mostly at university. Moving to the right side, okay, so just at the bottom is right here, my contact information. So it's my mobile address, email. That's just about it that you would need, and my work history and experience. So I've crossed out some of the names of the companies for security reasons, of course, and taking a look at my description of the different experiences that I've had. It's not extremely detailed by design. Including every single bit of detail that actually happened is not useful, and I would need something to say in the interview in any case. So that's where I can explain and give more detail and share more insight into what actually happened. Here I've just added the action words and a brief description of my tasks. Looking at my CV and thinking about it while I'm talking with you guys, I think I can add a section called achievements, so probably somewhere at the bottom here, just to show you. I would probably put it here. And with these achievements, I will include things that I've truly achieved in my life related to teaching. So for example, maybe my YouTube channel, or potentially my book. So I do have a book that I've written for learning on your own, learning English on your own. So that would be added to my achievement section. I think that would be a logical addition to help my CV in a lot of different ways. So there you have it, a really quick overview of my CV. So I hope it was helpful for you guys, and let's head back to the video. So after having looked at my CV, you can see that I've included just about everything that makes me a unique teacher and a great addition to the team. You saw my qualification, my experience, even some of my other skills that I think are useful as well. I've included action-oriented language. I have tangible experience I have tangible experience that HR can understand. So I want to hear from you. What do you think are the top experiences or skills that you need to have right now for teaching online? Share in the comments, and maybe we can help each other to build our CV together. Tip number 2, the demo lesson. So the demo lesson is often part of many of the new companies' recruitment processes. So you want to be prepared for this. You can have your own demo lesson sort of pre-recorded sometimes. Other times this is going to be live. Alright, so the key to preparing for this is to understand what they're looking for. They're looking to see how well you can explain the tricky concepts that language learners often struggle with. They also want to see how you handle the online classroom and the challenges that could occur. For example, no sound or no video, or someone interrupting you, or something strange on the student side in terms of a sound, or them being distracted. These are the things they're looking for. They want to see how you maintain composure, how you keep the class moving forward, engagement, clarity, and of course, expression of the grammar points that you would be explaining. It's also important that you have really good engagement. Yes, you might be talking about a tricky grammar point, but you want to keep the student engaged and to have a clear route for your lesson. If you start with introducing the topic, you give a grammar explanation, you practice the grammar, right? You have some exercises, and then you produce it. So you have a role play or a conversation or something for the students to actively practice all what they've learned before. So you might be wondering, okay, but what are some of the topics that would really wow your interviewers? So some great topics that are often tricky to explain and would give you mega points if you can do it pretty clearly would be, of course, the present perfect, future perfect, and mixed conditionals, or in fact, any conditionals would be suitable. So these 3 are my top go-to demo lesson plans. Because they can be quite complex, it means that you, the teacher preparing it, you have quite a lot of work or research to do in terms of finding the right material, the right explanations, the right production activities as well. So it involves a lot. So it shows your dedication to the job and to your students as well. And the interviewer can see just how well you've done if at the end of it, they themselves have learned something, or they themselves have learned or finally understood a grammar point, maybe that they have been learning their entire lives. Yes, even as a native, you could be learning something and still not really understand the concepts behind it. But if you can teach them something and you can make them smile, make them laugh, actively have them engaged, you've won. So what would you say, or what are some of your biggest struggles when it comes for both preparing for a demo lesson and actually giving the demo lesson? I'd really like to hear from you. So of course, let me know in the comments, and I can do another video on that, helping you with the demo lesson. Tip number 3. So when you're searching for jobs, searching on Google or Yahoo, Internet Explorer, I don't know, Apple Explorer, I don't know where you search, but I'm using Google. So if you're searching for jobs on Google, yes, naturally you're going to search for your jobs in English, right? You're looking for an English teaching job. However, a little trick that I learned that has literally gotten me some of the best positions that I've had throughout my career is to search for the job in a different language. Maybe you have a focus or a desire, or maybe a simple love for a different language or different types of students. Then search for the job, or literally type the job you're looking for, English coach, English trainer, in the language that you would prefer to work with. So in my past, it was German. So I searched for English teacher in Google in German, English Lehrerin, right? And this would have helped me to find really targeted posts that wouldn't likely come up in my English search. I know it sounds strange that it wouldn't, but they didn't. And this led me to get really well-paid jobs, actually, I would say. And now in France, I did the same. I'm searching, English teacher roles, right? So I would literally type in enseignant anglais, right, into Google, and this would feed me some niche roles, the hidden roles, the secret roles that you might not find searching in English that really pay well. So right now, my best paying role, I found it this way. Searching in French, enseignant anglais, and it's my best paying role, and I would say best company in general that I'm working for. And so I'd love to know what your experience is like searching for jobs online. Share in the comments if you've searched in another language before, or you've had really great success searching in English. Let us know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. Tip number 4. Negotiate your salary. I know. Oh, it's difficult. How do I do that? Yes, it's da-da-da-da-da. But don't be afraid. The company wants you to not negotiate and make you think that you can't negotiate or it's not possible. It's always possible. Trusting. So I have a little story. So I applied for a job recently here in France, and they had a fixed rate. And I felt that this fixed rate was not really representative of my value that I could offer now after having so many years of experience in France and also generally in teaching English. I told them I would think about it, and I returned to them with a higher offer. This higher offer was as close as possible. Well, this higher offer was my current rate that I receive with another company, which I feel is more on point with my value and what I can offer. So definitely it's higher than what they were offering. And the rebuttal was, oh, it's really high. It's kind of like capping our budget. We could probably do this max. So the maximum amount was actually really, really close to what I hoped to get. So for the moment, I thought, okay, I will accept it. It was just a couple dollars off, really, of what I wanted to have. So I accepted it. A couple dollars off, but also significantly higher than what they were trying to offer me in the first place. So it was a win for me in any case. This is just an example to show you that you can negotiate everything. Nothing is fixed or cannot be changed. In negotiating your salary, it shows that you value your worth and you value your time, your energy, your effort, everything. In return, the company would actually respect you a bit more and understand that you mean business, or you stand by your word and you understand your value and your worth. So I guess you guys can figure out the question I'm going to ask you is that, have you ever negotiated your salary as an English teacher, and what happened? Share it. Give us a little story time in the comments. So there you have it. Those are my 4 tips for landing you those scary good job positions right now, available to you online in every language. Let's take a look at some of the industry trends when it comes to teaching English online. So we'll take a look over there. Look at this website, Teachers of Tomorrow, and they have an insight. Well, it's since December 2023, so it's pretty current for this year as well. And they are looking at, in general, online teachers' demand in 2024. And overall, they've kind of highlighted that it is a preference or growing preference because of its flexibility, learning options, and remote possibilities. And it creates a really constant demand for online teaching. This is kind of based on the US only, and they have sort of an average hourly salary rating here. It looks like the highest is in New Jersey, middle ranges, Georgia, Colorado, these areas, and the least it's kind of in Alabama. So this is out of 50 entries, all right? The benefits for teachers that they look at, flexible hours, work from home, increased students' access to the teachers themselves, teachers experiencing a fall in administrative work. So it means you might have more time available, less time spent grading, tracking, scheduling, all of these things. And in general, it looks like it's easier for teachers to update the course content as well. So this gives a pretty general overview, like I said, of online teaching in general. So that includes not just English, but maths, science, and all the other subjects that we can teach. So for the students, the benefits, we know flexibility, reduced costs, and probably I would even add variety, right? There's a lot more variety in terms of the teachers they can try, the times that they prefer to learn as well. It's really more of a personalized experience. Let's take a closer look at what it means specifically for teachers of English. So here we are on Bridge. I think everyone knows, if you're an English teacher, you've definitely heard of Bridge. So let's look at their little analysis. So teaching abroad in person seems to be in great demand, moderate, according to them actually. Vietnam, Mexico, Brazil, South Korea, these are some places where the demand is moderate. So I would say it's probably decreasing over the last years, but still you can find some opportunities. Need to consider these things if you are trying to move abroad to those countries to teach in person. Right? Taking a look at the online teaching world, which is where I am kind of focusing all of this. So we're going to go down. Right, so here we go. Online teaching, the demand is high. As I expected, even if you're teaching at home in your country or abroad in another country as a digital nomad, there are always companies looking for new teachers. Private sector, right? Private sector online language companies always searching. And it would be wise to complete your TEFL certification before you do this to allow you to have better work opportunities, better relationships as well with your students and the companies that you work for. The tutoring marketplaces you can check out, Cambly, italki, Properly. Personally, I'm not a big fan of these tutoring marketplaces, but if this has worked for you, kudos, keep at it. Right? As we go down, fully independent. I am not fully independent. I'm partway independent because to be fully independent, you do have to do quite a lot of work marketing yourself. So I do work with some companies as well, and of course marketing myself on the side so I can keep a steady income. Right, following that, the different resources that are becoming more and more interesting if you're in that category of online teaching. Communities, job postings, different types of companies for job hunting for teachers, demand for various niche classes, right? Business English and other, there are niches within the niche of business English that can be truly lucrative to look into a bit deeper. These are some websites that you can look into for jobs. Zapier, right? Bridge, we know Bridge is great for that as well. I have some further statistics here with another platform, Gina Rodriguez School of Marketing, and she's highlighted some trends in general to look out for. AI, artificial intelligence, which is maybe a little fear that we all have that we can be replaced by an AI. I don't think it's going to be as sudden as that or as complete as that. Some of our functionalities and the things that we do might be improved or lessened by AI, but not replaced, at least not yet. Right, there we go. Little graph on how it would transform the organization. Within 1 to 3 years, there would be big transformation for our industry, and 20% changes beyond the 3 years. So the impact on language schools as a business, we have that it would help language school leaders get a good part of the picture, which they will need to contextualize with their local realities as part of their sales and marketing strategy. So it's going to help them with sales and marketing essentially. Lack of AI literacy and training for EFL teachers. So this is a real thing. That's why it's good if you can get educated on your own. There's so many courses out there to give you that opportunity to learn more on AI, generative AI, virtual reality, all of these things, all of these technologies that will be making its way into your classroom sooner or later, whether you like it or not. Some of the things that it can impact. So technology with pedagogy is quite interesting, actually. I've seen a couple of schools that are using technology to enhance the pedagogic approach, and it's cool. I'm here for it. There are more and more ed tech companies growing. This is so true, and this is an area that I hope a lot of you try to explore. There's never too many ideas, never too many good ideas and companies. So get your foot in the water and go for it. So here we have what's trending in ELT that would matter in general: soft skills, social emotional learning, diversity, equity, inclusion and belonging, and financial literacy. And some of the big trends for ELT in general in 2024, pronunciation. So if you are a pronunciation wizard, or that's the thing that you love to focus on, this might be your time to shine. This is it. Podcasting, if you really love to talk and share your ideas, interview others, get deeper opinions, a great way to market yourself and your company. And there's some intercultural skills. So skills, teaching and giving insight into the culture of the different languages or the culture of the different Englishes. So if it's American English, UK English, Australian English, New Zealand English, you get the point. And there we have it. So those are the general insights for EFL teaching online sector for 2024. Overall, it looks like things are looking pretty good for this sector. So there is some security here for the job market. So as we saw in that little trends exposition, things are looking good. It seems like online teachers in general are in high demand. So it means that online English teachers are within that category. So they're still within high demand in 2024. So you're going to have lots of opportunities coming your way. Also, it requires you to have knowledge, skills of the new technology, AI, VR, all of these things to help you navigate this online workspace with ease. Are there any trends that you think are going to be impactful to the online English teaching careers or online language teaching careers in general? Let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one. So, to recap these scary good tips, we're going to be revamping your CV, nailing your demo lesson, searching for jobs in every language that suits you, and of course, negotiating the heck out of your salary. There we go. The 4 tips that are going to get you the best teaching opportunity that fits your skills, makes you feel valued as well, and of course that you can enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share it with another teacher or someone converting to this career or changing careers in general, and drop a comment down below to say how you felt about this video or to share your experiences. So until next time, happy teaching, happy learning, happy applying for jobs, and of course, happy Halloween. Ciao!